And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Let's read some of your viewer comments. First up, we have some thoughts on Pope Francis. Here's one from Terry who says, if the Pope is so concerned about refugees, tell him to take down his wall around Vatican City and let the Muslims move in with him. You want to discuss that one real quick? Is there really a wall around Vatican City? Once
there
and for all?
isn't. There's no wall to take down, sorry.
Okay, next.
Daniel says, Pope Francis, faith and morals associated with religion, infallible, science. Can you recall Galileo and politics, completely fallible? Did anybody understand that?
Galileo did.
I didn't understand what the comment was.
Oh, I got that. I got that part if you want to discuss it really quickly.
Please.
The only thing infallible is mathematics. Science is fallible by its nature because it is a dialectic where you always constantly have to prove. And Galileo was the guy who said, whoops, you know what, we're not the center of the universe. We're actually revolving around something else that is more likely the center of things.
So in other words, that says the Pope's not infallible.
That all says the Pope
the Church was fallible,
totally fallible
in that instance.
Well, the Church says the Pope's infallible, though, right?
Right, in that particular instance.
Well, you can take it up with the Roman Catholics.
What do you think that thing is we're revolving around? That is Kanye West? Or?
Yeah,
Kanye West.
Definitely
Okay.
Kanye West.
Had to work that in somehow. Lowell says, and we quote, the Pope is too liberal, question mark, question mark. So what political preference do you think Jesus would have supported? I think, if we could discuss this for a second, he's kind of a left of center guy if you're kind of, on at least when it comes to taking care of the poor.
I claim no expertise on the topic, but that sounds right to me.
Really?
Of course it does. Well, no, when it comes to taking care of the poor, yeah, there's a constant reminder that the poor are always with us and that we have an obligation to take care of them. But I think when you look at the politics of the church, you'd be hard-pressed to say that they are, quote-unquote, progressive policies.
So just like the Pope himself, Jesus has no requirement of being politically constant
exactly.
as we define the same because we're everything, right?
He would also probably find it a little ironic that the church is headquartered in Rome.
Good point.
It's a great point, actually.
We also have some comments on some of the presidential candidates. The first one is about Donald Trump. I know, I'm shocked to hear that. James says, many are saying Donald Trump has a thin skin. True. I respectfully, not respectively, disagree. I believe Donald Trump wears three hats with equal skill: businessman, entertainer, promoter. At this time, he is wearing the promoter hat. Getting his name in front of the people so they are talking about Donald Trump is more important than what they are saying. A significant number of the voters do not study the issues or the qualifications of the individuals running for office. When they vote for the person who they know the best and have heard the most about. Donald Trump is counting on that factor. Well, aside from the fact that I feel like I should turn that over to my publisher for a book, none of that really speaks to the fact whether Donald Trump has a thin skin or not. I think everything you said in there is accurate, but he is thin-skinned. He can't take much of a punch without getting really nasty in his response.
Noah's got a big smile on his face. I say we go to him.
Businessman, entertainer, and promoter. Who does that sound like to you?
P.T. Barnum, baby.
Well, yes, that's true. But also Vince McMahon.
Oh.
He is the WWE candidate.
Yeah,
this is very much a giant work.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why did the WWF go to the WWE? Was there
World Wildlife Fund?
We do not have
World
time for
Wildlife
that
Foundation.
discussion.
Oh no, we have an answer quickly.
It was the World Wildlife Fund. It was the complete.
And they sued them, and they
Yeah,
threatened.
yes.
Okay, I was curious about that. I knew no one
believe.
would have the answer. Okay,
think you're right.
we'll look it up. Paul says neither Marco Rubio nor the other candidates have the mandatory basic know-how, negotiating skills, or the access to super talented people required to drive this nation forward. I wonder who he thinks does, Bill Tucker.
I don't know. I've been wondering ever since I saw that comment, who are the super talented people versus just the merely talented people.
That's true. I guess there's different levels of talent. There's Tom Brady, and then there's
Everybody else.
Everybody else, sure. Rick, take over. Get us out.
I don't know what to say about that. I really
Go,
don't.
Rick Reed.
Glenna says, I know the mainstream media is controlled by the government. Really? The government is corrupt and so is the media. I believe everyone is afraid of Donald Trump because they cannot control him. It is not in their best interest for Trump to win.
Can I do a media now?
Who's your handler from the government? I'm just curious.
Oh, well, that's easy. No, I don't even want to go down that
What
road.
do you mean the mainstream media is controlled? We're part of the media. I have not heard from my government controller in a very long time.
I think what they were trying to say, to be totally honest, is that there is such a revolving door between government positions and then people going into the media and then going back into government positions.
Not so much.
Look, David Axelrod is in the media. Jay Carney is in the media. Dana Perino.
Let's talk about lobbyists. There you have a revolving door. Yeah, there's a few people who serve at the various highest parts of the government that we know their names, and they go into media. But do you really think that that the mainstream media is controlled by government? Who in the government's in charge of us? I'm just curious.
And those were all campaign people.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a campaign nexus with the media that is definitely a bit incestuous. But there's a lot
Who's your
of
handler,
on that.
Noah?
VJ.
VJ is your
President
handler?
Jarrett, yeah.
Ah,
that's
okay.
my
I remember
contact.
Paul
President
Begala.
Jarrett.
Paul Begala was about to do an analysis, and he had to go to the State Department to get his talking points. And they actually have an email from the Hillary treasure
Right,
trove saying
right.
that. And I think people hear those things and they say, "Oh, you're just getting your cues from the government."
suppose.
So I'm defending it on some level. Anyway, if you want to weigh in on any of the issues we talk about here in the show, be sure to send us your comments. We may even read some on the air. We just did that. And be sure to get your copy of Dr. Carson's New York Times best-selling book, One Nation: What We Can All Do to Save America's Future, by going to newsmax.com/Ben or calling 1-800-485-4350. Yay or nay, that's next.